Guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. Yamoshi was releasing an extremely atrocious power. That's right, his power was so much that even overshadowed the power of Zycor, which had recognized him immediately. However, at that moment, Goku, realizing all the destruction that Yamoshi was causing, tried to stop him. However, Yamoshi seemed to be in a state of anger, which made him lose consciousness completely. Yamoshi, at that moment, the only thing he was looking for was to destroy everything around him. Yamoshi, without having knowledge of anything, would begin to fly at an amazing speed to where he felt the power of Zycor. Goku, without wasting time, would use teleportation since Yamoshi's power was too much to feel from any universe. He would be astonished to observe how Zycor was capable of giving him a beating. At that moment, Goku would feel a terror towards Zycor, since if he was capable of fighting against that power, Goku would be nothing against him. Nevertheless, in his mind, his father would be present.
My son, you don't have to be afraid. I'm with you. The power that you possess is the power beyond a king of everything. You could even surpass Yamoshi. That guy's not superior to Yamoshi, only that Yamoshi's not conscious. He has too many weak points. Save him.
Goku at that moment, with much more hope and confidence, would throw himself against Zycor, managing to connect a great blow, which would make him retreat hundreds of meters. Yamoshi at that moment would pounce against Goku. However, Goku would be able to dodge it, and with a powerful blow, he was able to leave Yamoshi out of combat. Goku, realizing that Beerus and Whis were near the place, he would throw Yamoshi at them, while Goku would get into battle pose.
This time I'll finish you, you bastard. I won't let you destroy my timeline, just like you did yours. I'll exterminate you. I want to check if you have the power to do it, damn you.
Zycor at that moment would pass to the Ultra Instinct Phase 4. However, Goku in the same way would do it, leaving a little astonished Zycor, who thought that Goku would not be able to dominate that state. In the same instant, both subjects began to exchange blows at an extremely incredible speed. Meanwhile, in the time room, Frieza and Vegeta had already finished their training completely. The power of both villains had grown in an incredible way. At that moment, both of them increased their power, making the whole dimension explode. However, at that very moment, both would decrease their power to the minimum to not be perceived by the other warriors, since Vegeta and Frieza had felt the power of Goku, who was facing an equally powerful subject.
Let's wait for the battle to end. When both warriors are badly wounded, on the verge of death, we'll give them the final blow.
That's what I'm looking forward to, Vegeta-sama. I'm finally able to finish with that miserable scum of Goku. After so many humiliations, I'll make him dust with my own hands.
Vegeta and Frieza were waiting for the perfect moment to attack, while both Saiyans would continue with a very even battle. That's right, a clear winner would not be observed. After a few moments in which both warriors had destroyed hundreds of thousands of planets, both had appeared. However, the most annoying was Goku.
Damn insect, why do you fight near planets?
For such a powerful warrior, you have a heart of crystal. I noticed your weakness when you didn't defend yourself when you were near them. Damn it, this bastard knows I don't like planet annihilation.
At that moment, Goku would hear his father's voice.
Kakarot, don't worry about the annihilation of the planets. We'll bring them all back to life with the Super Dragon Balls. But if that guy wins, he'll finish off every being. So don't hold back. I trust you, Kakarot.
At that moment, the look of Goku had changed completely. That's right, Goku was ready to end the battle once and for all. Goku at that moment would increase his power to the limit, forming a giant Ozaru throughout the universe. That's right, the power that Goku gave off was so much that even his aura of beast materialized.
I'm ready. I won't let you defeat me.
Goku at that moment of a great speed would begin to massacre Zycor, who didn't expect the brutal increase in power and speed of Goku. At that same moment, Yamoshi would regain consciousness, being very confused about where he was.
Where am I? What happened? I was talking to all the gods. Mighty King Yamoshi, you went into a state of rage when a subject released a power that even destroyed the other universes. That's the power of Zycor. But how did he get so much power? Something's wrong.
Don't worry, Yamoshi-sama. As I can see, the power of Lord Goku will be able to defeat him.
Goku continued with his great beating of Zycor, who this time was no longer able to do anything to defend himself. "Your end has come, you damn insect!" Goku at that moment would throw himself against Zycor, creating his most powerful technique. That's right, Goku was charging all his power in his blow. Dragon Smashing Blow! A powerful dragon was about to impact with Zycor. However, at that moment, the hand of the subject had stopped all the attack of Goku without any difficulty, and without anyone noticing it, had sent him flying with hundreds of wounds. At that moment of a large explosion could be seen the silhouette of two subjects. One of them would create a powerful attack, which would reduce Zycor to ashes, while the other subject was approaching Goku. When all the smoke dissipated, Whis and Beerus would recognize both warriors immediately. "But it's Vegeta!" Beerus at that same moment was filled with incredible anger. Knowing that Vegeta had snatched his position as a god of destruction, Beerus, in his combat mode, launched an attack, but it would be in vain, since the power of Vegeta this time was unattainable for Beerus. Vegeta, in a matter of seconds, would leave Beerus on the ground and on the verge of death. Whis, at the same time, in the same way, had been launched against Beerus. However, the results would be the same. Yamoshi Furious would access the Ultra Instinct not to lose consciousness while fighting. However, despite accessing the Ultra Instinct, none of this was enough. Vegeta effortlessly defeated him. Daishinkan and Zeno-sama, which were watching everything that had happened, would give maximum alert in all 12 universes. "Gods, angels, and all mortal of great power, meet in Universe 8. The battle against the old god of Universe 7 Vegeta is about to begin. This will define if we live or die." At that moment, all the Disios, together with their angels and warriors, were approaching at an astonishing speed towards Universe 8, which was where the battle was taking place.
Ha ha ha! No matter how many warriors unite against us, they don't have the necessary power to face us. After all, they're not prodigies like us.
Goku at that moment had recovered from all the blows that Frieza had connected to him, and with a very serious and cold look, he would stand in front of both subjects. "So you've come back to life, Vegeta. It wasn't enough to freeze me for 1,000 years. Now you want to defeat you again!" "Now you are not able to do anything against me. I've been able to surpass all your powers since I prepared myself for this day." Vegeta at that moment began to access the Ultra Ego. His transformation was amazing. Fire, lightning, and lightning were formed, only Vegeta to be increasing its power. After a few moments and an explosion which would leave reduced to dust the entire Universe 8, you could observe Vegeta in his transformation of Ultra Ego, but this time the power that emanated was abominable. "I hope you're prepared for the most humiliating defeat you ever had, Kakarot." At that moment, both warriors had launched one against the other, beginning to exchange blows at an amazing speed. However, the most injured in each exchange of blows was Goku, which, despite being in his most powerful transformation, would not be able to withstand the powerful blows of Vegeta, which at every moment of the battle was managing to cause an incredible damage. So it is, Goku at every moment of that battle was going on was not able to do anything. At that moment, all the divine beings would arrive and were amazed to observe the two most powerful beings in terrible conditions. The King Yamoshi on the verge of death, while Goku was receiving a brutal beating. All the angels were with great power were able to Yamoshi regain his power, with which he would stand up. "Thank you very much. I never thought I'd be defeated, much less in this world. But we must finish with one of the two subjects to have some advantage. Gods, it's time to form the divine being. I count on you." "As you command, Daishinkan-sama." At that moment in all the universes, a giant pentagram would form, in which each god, angel, and warrior had merged into a single warrior. At that moment of Universe 9 and 10 were destroyed by the appearance of a new warrior. Yamoshi would be a little surprised by the power that subject released. "I am the Archangel of Death. My purpose is to finish off the bastard of Vegeta and Frieza. Guards, it's time. We'll also enter a combat mode." In that same instant, Zeno-sama together with his guards began to merge, leaving everyone surprised by the power they were releasing. The power they felt were equally amazing. A great light could be seen by the true king of everything. "Now I'm ready. I'm not going to be left behind." Daishinkan at that moment would increase his power to the maximum. At that moment, the four warriors had launched themselves against Frieza, who was in his golden state. That is, the four warriors began to fight without trusting and not giving him the opportunity to release all his power. That is, the four warriors were giving a beating to Frieza, who was not able to do anything. However, at that moment, a great attack would send Yamoshi and Archon to fly. That's right, Vegeta at that moment had thrown a gigantic dragon of divine fire, and they didn't dodge it. They would be disintegrated. Frieza at that moment, at a great speed, would give some good hits to Daishinkan and Zeno-sama. Without wasting any time, he'd begin to increase his power to the maximum. The four warriors tried to prevent it, but at that moment they approached, they were sent to fly by a simple pressure of his ki.
Damn, that wretch had managed to access his maximum power.
After a few seconds, you can see Black Frieza, without giving a word, had launched an attack on the warriors, which this time, despite having greater numerical advantage, were not able to cause damage. Meanwhile, with the battle between Goku and Vegeta, Goku even at that moment had lost his transformation. Returning to the Ultra Instinct after a few more blows, Goku would fall to the ground, returning to his base state and on the verge of death. At that moment, Vegeta would approach Goku, beginning to torture him cruelly.
Because of your miserable fault, I was always second. But now I can finally finish you, you miserable insect. You're nothing compared to me.
Goku's screams can be heard throughout the universes, while Frieza had managed to knock out Daishinkan and Archon. The only ones left standing were Yamoshi and Zeno-sama. However, both were on the verge of death. Meanwhile, Vegeta at that moment would charge a powerful attack.
And with this attack, I say goodbye to you, Kakarot. I'll be the new ruler of everything.
Meanwhile, with Goku at that moment, it seemed that time itself had stopped, while Golden Light would speak to Goku. There is one last transformation beyond Ultra Instinct Phase 4, but you must be willing to lose everything.
No matter what the price is, I accept. I'll not let anyone or anything end up with all my loved ones.
Alright, get the power of Super Saiyan 6, the power that is even on par with the Creator God. At that moment, the whole body of Goku would be covered with a red aura. Even the powerful attack of Vegeta had disintegrated from such bestial power. After a great explosion, you could see a different Goku. This time his fur was black. Goku was an amazing speed, which would give a great blow to Vegeta, who would make him spit large amounts of blood.
What the hell? How'd you get all that power? I'm not going to trust you.
Vegeta at that moment would access Phase 4 of Ultra Ego, which would both begin to exchange blows at a great speed. However, the power of Vegeta was not enough to kill Goku, which at this time was at a completely different level.
With his power, you'll not be any part of anything. And this technique surpasses the ability to erase a king completely.
At that moment, Goku would give him a shrapnel of blows, which would leave Vegeta on the verge of death, and would throw a great sphere of dark energy, which would turn Vegeta into ashes. Frieza, when observing this, was surprised. However, he had thrown himself against Goku, being completely in vain.
Mythical Dragon of Death!
At that moment, a powerful dragon of dark color would descend, beginning to finish with each cell of Frieza's body, leaving no trace of it. At that very moment, Goku would raise one of his hands, making everything return to normal. That's right, the 12 universes had returned to normal with each of its inhabitants. At that moment, all the gods and angels would approach Goku, watching as his body was disintegrating. All began to give him some of their energy to no avail.
Friends, being with you has been the best thing that could have happened to me. I hope to see you again in another life. Beerus, Yamoshi, please take care of the universes that I love so much.
At that moment, the whole body would become a simple golden light, which would be spread by all the 12 universes. So the end of Goku had come. The end of the Saiyan who gave his last breath for the peace of the 12 universes and each one of his friends. What will happen next? Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.